everybody. Just wanted to say hi, and we are back in Iowa now, and wanted to share with you all some of the highlights that we had during our time up at camp. In this video, we would like to share with you some of the highlights we had at Senior High Week, which was the last full week of June. One of my favorite things that we had during camp that week was being able to help run the camp store and being able to engage with the campers there in conversation and get to know everybody's names, because as most people who know me know that I am not good at remembering names. So that was my challenge for the week. Pretty much every week that I do summer camp is remembering names, especially somebody you haven't seen for a year. So, but that's one of the favorite things I enjoy doing. I enjoy participating in some game activities with campers as well.
Yeah, so for me, definitely a highlight was getting to run the craft shop again, which I absolutely love. And during that time, I got to interact with campers who I've known for several years now, just to see them grow and mature, and it was just really cool to reconnect with some of them. To also get to know some new campers. I was pretty excited. There were a few that I did not know, so it was cool to get to know them. So it was definitely a favorite thing, and just like James said, I did enjoy, I will admit, watching the campers versus staff Newcomb game. That was by far a lot of fun. Pretty sure it was the campers who won. Yes?
Well, they outnumbered us.
They outnumbered you a lot.
So, but if nobody knows what the game of Newcomb is, it's basically, the way we played it is we were in the sand volleyball pit with the volleyball net, and we had the volleyball, but instead of hitting the ball like a regular volleyball, you throw it, and if the other person on the other end doesn't catch it, then they're out, and it just goes back and forth until you're left with one on each team. But yeah, we were outnumbered by a lot because it was all the campers, and there was like 38 campers versus the staff, which was significantly less than that. So but it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. So we have a fun moment to share. First night the campers arrive, there's an opening chapel. Mr. Swanable, our camp director, he introduces all the staff and the counselors, and so that goes pretty smoothly. He's introduced the full-time staff, the support staff, and he's introducing counselors, and they're sharing what vehicle do you drive to make it interesting. And so one of the counselors mentioned that he drove a Honda Odyssey, but an older one. And Blake chimes in.
He says, "My grandma drives a van like that." And
yeah.
Granted, the counselor who drives this van is from Ohio. He comes up from Ohio to counsel, which is truly a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But he is probably half our age.
Yeah.
So probably his late 20s, I'd say. But yeah, it was really funny. It made everybody in the chapel laugh really hard.
So chapel was also pretty amazing. We had Gail Ramish come and speak again, and
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you, Gail, if you're watching. She does an awesome job with these high schoolers. She can just relate and connect with them. She used to teach. She's actually has a position this fall to teach at Cornerstone. So as a former teacher, she just knows how to speak to them, and she doesn't shy away from some of the big issues. One of the things, though, that she set up, and I believe you were in that chapel, was...
It's a 60-day challenge of accountability, where she challenged each camper to find somebody there in the group who would be their accountability partner and stick to that challenge for 60 days. And it could be accountability for anything, really, you know, keeping strong in your faith, reading your Bible, it could literally be anything to stay strong in your spiritual walk with the Lord. So.
Yeah. So then the cool part was we set a thing up where if you formed that accountability partnership, you came to see Gail, and camp supplied basically paracord material. And if any of you know, if you use a lighter with paracord material, you can melt the ends because they're made of nylon, and they'll become fused together. And so we did that, and single pieces bound together in a bracelet or an anklet, if they formed that partnership, they got one of those as a daily reminder to stay accountable to one another. And it was, initially they had it at a different table, and then it started raining, so it came into the craft shop, and I was just so blessed to see how many of them came in to make that commitment. And then they would make that commitment and share with Gail what they're coming, and then those accountability partners would take off to another space and pray together. So it was really cool. So I would say, praise for all those campers who made those decisions. And if you would all just be in prayer for them as they do these 60 days, and then prayer that they would continue that this accountability, friendship, partnership would not end at 60 days.
Yeah. And if everybody could just, be in prayer for the campers. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since senior high camp ended, and it is always our heart's desire that campers would stay strong in the Lord and His following, because being at camp is a safe place to be with friends, be with people who care about you and care about your spiritual life as well. And once you leave camp, you're going out into the real world. And if y'all would just join us in prayer that they would all just stay strong in the Lord and their accountability as they are in their day-to-day lives in the real world. Some of them are still up at camp serving as a volunteer staff, but some of them have already left and gone back to their normal lives, but at their jobs and everything. And just prayer that they would continue to have that accountability, and that they would be reminded whenever they see their paracord bracelet that hey, I made this commitment and I'm going to stick to it.
So thank you guys for praying and for being there and supporting us. It means the world. It really does. And God is doing great things at camp. It's hard to be back in Iowa knowing what's going on, but we're at work, and God is using us here, and He used us there, and we look forward to being full-time. But
we had many hiccups come our way during senior high week. Like the very first day of camp, the first full day of camp was Monday, and our kitchen cook, who does all the meals every day, got sick. So
that wasn't fun.
Everybody wound up stepping up and jumping into the kitchen to help get the meals ready. So all the campers and staff had a meal to eat, and I wound up stepping into the kitchen and helping as well. So it was a huge blessing.
Yeah. So it's a hiccup, and Sybil got sick during senior high week, and God in His great goodness made it work out in such a way that either myself or James was able to stay at the cabin and help her through that sickness, and she recovered so quick, and no one else got sick. So God just definitely, I think, watched out for our family that way. So we were just super grateful, because having a sick kid away from home is hard, and she handled it like a champ, I would say. Yeah. Yep. So, but I think we're gonna wrap up.
So stay tuned. On our next video, we will share with you all details or highlights from our second week of camp, which was day camp, where campers are at camp from 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening, and then they go home, and then they come back the next day. So stay tuned. We'll have that video to you soon. Thanks, everybody.
See you later.